would like to express its appreciation to government, especially His Excellency the President, for halting the trade order operations which have lasted for 1 month and a few days. As we indicated, although the Federation was supportive of the attempt to have orderly trade, we felt that the operation was not well conceived. The objectives were unclear, the timing was wrong, and in many instances, the enforcement teams went beyond their mandate. People's properties were destroyed, people's business assets were confiscated, and we hope that during this time of reflection, government working together with other stakeholders can come out with an approach to trade order that will be sustainable and that will not disrupt the lives of ordinary Ugandans, especially micro, small, and medium enterprises. We recommend the following: one, that government constitute a multi-stakeholder forum through which the conceptualization of the new trade order operation. This should include, at the minimum, private sector representatives, the Ministry of Works, which is in charge of road reserves, Transport and Works, which is in charge of road reserves, the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, which is in charge of physical planning. It should include the National Building Review Board. It should include the urban authorities. It should include representatives of traders and other stakeholders, including churches, and mosques, which have so far been affected by current operations. That committee should come up with a robust plan, which at the minimum should include public awareness and education. This should be conducted countrywide so that traders get to air their views and opinions, and that jointly with the local authorities, traders identify alternative spaces where they can relocate. We request the Ministry of Works to be flexible and to gazette where possible unused road reserves, which can be used as workspaces in the meantime. The traders should then be given ample time to relocate. After that, enforcement can now take place. But that enforcement should not involve destruction of property. That enforcement should not entail confiscation of assets. It should simply be aimed at ensuring that these individuals get out of the ungazetted trade spaces. The Federation, at the same time, would also want to urge that a distinction be made between vendors and ordinary business persons who have been operating from gazetted areas for some time. For the vendors, particularly in Kampala, we want them to behave. They should not come back they should not flood the street and start working for more quiz and so on. This kind of indiscipline would create a justification for the use of excessive force next time there's a trade order operation that takes place. Therefore, we want to urge that vendors not to use this breathing space as an opportunity for misbehavior, to come back and clog and work from ungazetted areas because they believe that no one will touch them. We also want to urge the urban authorities. You have a mandate for trade enforcement which does not involve demolishing structures. Use it, but use it in a humane manner. If you find people operating from ungazetted areas, besides the trade order, please make sure that they do the right thing. Our opposition was to excessive use of force, which involved demolishing people's property, confiscating it, doing operations in the wee hours of the night and the wee hours of the morning to ensure shocking the traders and creating psychological psychological distress to them. So we urge the local authorities to continue doing their normal work of ensuring that there is sanity in their areas of jurisdiction without going beyond the boundaries of the law. So, in our opinion, we think there should be no further demolition, there should be no further confiscation of property. However, trading areas should be kept clean as per the directive of the PSO, Ministry of Local Government, and vendors who are not on the street should not be allowed to return. Thank you very much. This government has admitted that certain things are not being done well. Let's give an opportunity for dialogue between the stakeholders and government. Government has indicated that this engagement will take place between now and the end of June. So let's give opportunity for dialogue so that we can find a solution. It would be premature to talk about compensation because the damage is all over the place and no assessment has been done. So what we also don't want is for a few opportunists to say, government, please give us a few billions to compensate these people. That may not be the correct approach. So we are saying that for now, let us leave room for negotiation. You never know that through the negotiation, government can commit itself to compensating these people. Government has the structures to know whose property was damaged, where and where, because local authorities were used. So our idea is that in case there is any decision for compensation, government should use those various structures, working with traders associations in those districts to compensate those people. But for now, the focus should be on discussing, finding a solution that works for all. I want to repeat that some local authorities may allow a spate of disorder in order to justify trade operation. And we are saying, no, you do your work. KCCA's work should continue. No? I cannot bring tomatoes and put them in front of Bank of Uganda and say because trade operations I should. No, I think we should avoid extremists on both sides. Extremists on the side of traders and also extremists on the side of government. Let's find a middle ground. You continue doing your work, make sure